And transitioning into the next topic, we have a one-on-one focused discussion topic. So, where do we
Where's
start?
Jade when you need her?
So one-on-one, they had their, I guess their goodbye concert called Therefore. I think they had it over like a couple of days or something like that, like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
because that's I did the same sort of thing where they just didn't have their goodbye concert.
2 days.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of tears were shed, and that was their official end of activities as one-on-one. Though technically speaking, I'm pretty sure like they officially ended in like the end of the year, but they still were working with Swing Entertainment to prepare for the concert and everything.
Yeah, it was like way more like sad than the IOI concert. Even.
Oh yeah, they were crying like all the time. From what I saw. From
the IOI concert they were crying like crazy, but they like left as a group and stuff and were like waving and happy. But apparently for one-on-one they left individually. So like by the end there was just one member alone on stage, and he just like. So, like, I don't know why they did it like that, because that sounds horrible.
God,
like,
hey, sadness
like they
sells
just traumatized whoever that member was.
Sadness sells albums. You gotta sell them sadness, man. Like, they're probably they're like, I'm so sad. I'm gonna go buy like 100,000 won worth of one-on-one merchandise now.
Because, like, yeah, for IOI, like, yeah, it was sad. They were crying a lot the whole time, but they still, like, left as a group, like most K-pop concerts. Like, and they were, like, waving to the crowd and, like, bowing and stuff, where this was, like, torture, like, each of them leaving individually.
Yeah. I don't
know whose idea that was.
Yeah, I don't know. So for this topic, we're just going to discuss their post-disbandment and potential future plans, or what we think should happen with the members of 101. So I just structured this with just ranking order and just whoever's in the same company, basically. So some of them, like, they already have announced their plans, but I guess where I can definitely take your input on is some of them they haven't announced anything, so it'll be interesting to see what you think will happen with certain members. So starting off with Kang Daniel and Yoon Ji-sung, they were originally with MMO Entertainment, which is a subsidiary of CJ, and
not anymore.
Oh no, it's still a subsidiary. They're still under a subsidiary of CJ.
Well, they're not under.
They're not under MMO anymore. They created an entire new like company. Just to manage Daniel and Jisung, which is funny. I mean, it makes sense though. It's kind of like how JYP has
Super
like
Junior.
it's label SJ, or like how JYP has like individual teams dealing with each group. Yeah. So they signed with the newly created LM Entertainment. Again, another CJ sub-label. And currently, as far as we know, both Jisung and Daniel are preparing solo debuts. Jisung is actually like there's teasers and everything out right now. Like he's in the works. They're rushing his debut out first because he will enlist in the military sometime this year, which just makes me so sad, because I think he's like 25, 26 or 20, something like that. Like,
well, yeah, he was 92, I think. So because he's only a year younger than me.
Yeah, so he's probably like 27.
So 27.
Now. Yeah. They're 28 in Korean age.
28 Korean age, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, his time is up, and with obviously the rule changes where you can't defer it anymore, like he has to go. So, yeah, it sucks because he really can't, like, now that he had like a famous like idol career, he can't really reap the benefits of it. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this news?
Yeah, that's just bad timing, but there's not really much he could do about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sucks because this is really his peak. Like, he's getting out of 101. It's already hard enough with the group splitting up to keep like the popularity you had. So like having to go to the military for 2 years, by the time he comes back, like no one's even gonna know who he is.
Yeah, he's gonna be nobody, which sucks because that really sucks. Again, his entire storyline in Produce 101 is like he's been trying so hard to debut, and he finally debuted, and now it really makes me sad. But I mean, hopefully this solo project is like amazing or whatever, and I'm interested to see what happens with it. But what are your overall thoughts just on, because like spoiler or whatever, but most of what's been announced is everyone's doing solo projects essentially.
And that's 100% what should happen, because like just looking at IOI, like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Well, no, just in general, like all the groups aren't that popular, and the little popularity they have is of just the IOI members, and there's a lot of Akkes, especially with like Sejong
or with Daya, where like the companies,
Daya,
the company's literally entrenched in Cheon and Friends as the mentality.
Well, exactly. Like Gugudan at least isn't really like Sejong and Friends, luckily, but like a lot of their fans are just Sejong and Mina fans.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And Nayoung, like they really screwed those other girls over by not doing Semina as the group.
Yeah.
And then just having another group like a year or two later with the other girls that could have had their own spotlight. But yeah, and it's just none of the IOI branch groups are doing that well, and they all have a lot of Akkes. So I think like it's best to do the solo projects, at least for the more popular members,
like Daniel.
Like Daniel, there's no way Daniel could be put in a group.
Yeah, just imagine, like, it's already contentious enough as it is with like Ake fans, and just like the hype.
Well, even just in 101 had Daniel had Ake.
And I mean, because
like
of
Ake fans,
he's literally
care
like
about the group.
He's Korea's first son, so him having to share the spot, like theoretically having to share the spotlight
wouldn't work.
It'd be a mess. It'd be a clusterfuck of just all these people being like, "Why aren't you promoting Daniel more?" So yeah, it's a good idea. They're like that was probably the thing. Like they were just like, okay, yeah, we don't want that. They probably saw like the mess of kind of like how people were already treating that with 101, and just like it's probably a good idea to just keep them as solo as it is.
Yeah, I think. I mean, there are definitely some members that would benefit being put in a group, like ones that just wouldn't be able to carry a solo, like on their own. So, and I'm not super familiar with all the members of 101, so I can't really tell you which ones aren't.
Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't say that Jisung would necessarily have the sort of gravitas to carry himself as a solo, but I mean, it's sort of the situation. It's either he releases music now or he never does.
So
I'm okay with him getting a solo, and I mean, he has a good singing voice as it is.
Yeah.
If he just does like ballads or whatever, just like emotional like R&B songs, I wouldn't mind. Like, that's definitely his forte, as opposed to just like dance music compared to that. I don't think they would have worked together as a group or as like a duo. In all honesty.
A duo,
yeah, they're just way too different in terms of like the style that they're
styles.
Into. Yep.
I did hear one interesting thing for the group, like overall. It seems like there's a lot of like some of the members are producing for some of the other members.
Yeah, that's something we'll get into,
which is really
later.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly Daewoo, because Daewoo.
Yeah, he's like the main.
He's the producer for 101 essentially. So yeah, it's not surprising.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just cool to see that interaction.
Yeah.
Maintain itself post group disbandment.
Yeah, and that's something that we're never gonna get with IOI, unfortunately, just because I don't think any of them they don't have production credits to some degree. Maybe
like Chungha will choreograph somebody's
something like that.
debut or something, because Chungha did choreography for IOI. Like, she did What a Man's choreography. So like,
so you could potentially see something like this happening, like,
but
as
for
as
music
a
producing,
with Daewoo is doing songs for some other members, so which we'll get into actually. Next we have Park Ji-hoon. So, aka Winky Boy. He's under Maru Entertainment. So right now he really doesn't have anything going on announced other than opening social media accounts, fan meets. Daewoo did write a song for him, and he's currently recording it. I don't believe it's been released yet. But Maru is kind of in like a it's shaky. Not the company, but like their plans are probably like they don't know what they're doing with Ji-hoon, because they went into Produce 101 with 3 members, including Ji-hoon, and one of them had to leave because of a bullying controversy, and one of them just left the idol industry entirely after he got eliminated. So I think they probably had a group in mind. After the show,
do they have any groups?
Their only
I was say that's a
Mado
company
Entertainment
I don't really know.
is mostly, I think, like soloists. Like the only one I know,
Okay.
the only people I know that are under that entertainment company is Khan. That's it. That's the only people I know.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So I really don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, in all likelihood, he's probably gonna be a solo, just because he's super popular. So,
I can also see him doing more like acting and stuff.
maybe.
Well, he's just like super popular. And
he's one of the
like,
visuals,
considered
definitely
good looking and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just what visuals do. Usually, they focus on acting when it comes to solo stuff. Like I said, I'm not familiar enough with the members to know like how skilled he is and how able to carry a solo career he is.
He's good at dancing. I mean, if you remember, like all the way back in like the debut or like the evaluations, like they did some like really old school like popping dance or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, because like they have like, I forget what really old group was under their thing, and they covered one of those groups, and it was they had like super like old school style like clothing and everything, which is why I still remember them. But yeah, I really don't know what they're gonna. He's probably one of the most up in the air, in all honesty, just because. Again, they don't really have. As far as I know, they don't have any trainees that they can send their way. And again, it's another situation where Jihoon's so popular that if he'd just immediately overshadow anyone that he'd be in a group with. So they probably don't know. They'll probably have to figure out like what they're gonna do in terms of solo work. But I mean, at least it's cool that he's gonna work with Daewoo, or Daewoo's giving him some work. So. Next up, we have. Lee Daewoo and Park Woo-jin, who were signed to brand new music. So during Produce 101, that was sort of the thing. It's like Daewoo was the producer. He produced their evaluation song. He produced a lot of songs. He produced songs for Produce 48, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty set. So Daewoo and Woo-jin obviously were busy in 101, and the other two members that also came a part of brand new music, Im Young-min and Kim Dong-yeon, they were busy doing the project group known as MXM. So basically they're just doing the subunit stuff, which got kind of popular. So the plan for them right now is sometime later this year they're going to debut as Brand New Boys, or I don't know what it might be, but that's probably like the pre-debut name. It's kind of like how KQ Fellows was a thing, and like
or Pledis Girls.
Yeah, Pledis Girls. So they'll probably think of a good name for them, but Daewoo's obviously going to be involved in the production of all of the music for the group. So and he is very like talented, and just he has a wide variety of genres that he can go to, because if you remember that song Welcome to My Hollywood was just like type boy group trap song, and then he did the one Produce 48 concept song. It's just like a straight up girl group song or whatever.
Yeah.
So like again, they could go anywhere with this and all. I have no idea where they go with it, but I'm pretty excited for this, just because again, he's more than proven in his production chops so far in the past couple of years. So
and I think this is a good way to do it. Like, if you're gonna do a group, do it just with the members that were on Produce 101.
Yeah.
And those members were doing stuff while we waited.
Yeah.
They were in a group that got popular. So, like, sure, putting the 101 members in a group here is fine, because all four of them were on the show. All four of them are known quantities. Unlike, like, Gugudan, where it was Semina and then
people.
six random girls that no one had ever seen and no one really cared about, when people cared about Sejong and Mina a lot. So like that really hurt those other girls' chance to even gain fans.
Yeah, and Daewoo and Woo-jin, I think as part of like a pre-debut sort of thing, they released a song called Candle. So like again, they're just trying to get into they're already getting into the process of just pre-debut stuff. So I'm actually pretty excited for this group, because again, like one, because of like Daewoo's production, two, because like again, they might be they're probably going to be the new face of brand new music at this point. So next we're off to Kim Jae-won. So he was the independent trainee, first person to ever make a final group without having a label behind him. He actually has decided to stay with Swing Entertainment, so he actually extended his contract, and he's going to be promoting as a solo artist under Swing Entertainment, which was the label that they created to manage 101. So that's actually an interesting sort of thing, because I thought he might have signed elsewhere, if anything. Like, this is kind of spoiling ProduceCast for later, but go ahead.
Good.
I thought he could be like I don't know, maybe freaking Psy signs him to P Nation or something like that. But that's actually I didn't think that was actually an option for any of them, just to stay with CJ or just stay with Swing Entertainment.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm surprised they weren't planning on dissolving the company. Like, if they're not, because they're not gonna have anyone else. Like,
he's the only.
Are they gonna start recruiting and just keep it as a normal company and like have a group one day?
I mean, granted,
or are they gonna manage the new boy group?
Maybe they'll manage
the new Produce boy group.
Yeah, the new Produce X101 group. Maybe
Produce X or whatever.
Yeah, because if you think
about
it,
can't believe they put an X after.
X makes everything more
X.
sexy, you know. So. Kind of like, it could be kind of like how that's just the Produce, that's like the boy Produce like label, kind of like how Off the Record is From His 9 and Eyes 1. So it's just them managing that. So I could see them doing that, but because I mean, I don't think Kim Jae-won could just carry or justify like
a whole company,
on his own, or a whole sub label in that sort of way. I mean, any other thoughts on that?
No, I think that's just what I was gonna say. Like, it's weird, or it's surprising that that he stayed under that company, 2, that they let him stay under that company, 3, like, what is gonna happen with that company? Because like, supporting it entirely on his own is probably not possible.
Though I mean, we kind of already know what he's gonna do, because I mean, again, he was really big on like guitar and that sort of thing.
He was the one with the acoustic guitar that
him
stuff, right?
So he's in a good spot. He's a solo artist that joined a boy group, not a
boy group. Yeah.
So not the other way around. So he's gonna be fine. He'll be fine.
Yep.
Next we are on to arguably our favorite member of 101.
I'll say the best member,
Ong Sung-woo. Again, so
let's go.
We really don't know much other than this, so this is where all of our speculation can go towards. So he opened a fan cafe, he opened an Instagram, and he was cast in a JTBC drama called 18 or Moment of 18. Other than that, we know absolutely nothing about what Fantagio's gonna do.
Adam to Astro. You
know what's funny? Ji-hoon was actually originally under Park Ji-hoon was originally under Fantagio, and he was supposed to join Astro, but he was injured.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was originally supposed to be a member of Astro, but and then he left and joined Mardu Entertainment. So that's actually an interesting sort of tidbit. But as for Ong, we're only 3 years removed from Astro debuting. That's the only thing. So they could add him, they could make him a solo, or they could make another group. But at making an entire new group, how long would Ong have to wait? Because I mean, Wikimiki's still trying to break in, and the company's in like chaos right now because they're just changing CEOs like every 5 minutes or something like that.
I don't think making a new group is a good idea. I don't think it's really plausible. Like you said, it'll take too long. I think Ong has the ability to do solo stuff. He was popular enough, and he's good enough. But I think in this, I don't know if this is biased or not, but like, I honestly think adding him to Astro is a good idea, where normally I don't think them going to a group is a good idea. I think Astro's on the rise right now, and pardon the pun, but adding Ong to it would just like improve it so much.
The only thing I'd be worried though is, like, outside of, even to most K-pop fans, they're not really that big on Ash, or I don't know. What I'm afraid of is he might overshadow Astro, which is, again,
I think he would, but I think in this case it might not be as bad of a thing, because they're already an established group, so they already have fans. It's not like I said, I'm using Gugudan a lot. It's not like Gugudan where those 6 girls got screwed because they didn't have fans and the other 3 did. It's this Astro has a fan base. Ong has a fan base. combining them would make a bunch of Akes as much as you'd think.
Okay.
Like, I don't think Ong's fans would, if he got put into Astro, would hate the rest of Astro. I mean, they might. I'm sure some of them 100% will.
Of course, because just Wanables are just like off the charts in that sort of way. We've seen it firsthand. But
like, I just think it would be a benefit, and then on top of it, like, it would be it would help boost sales, which Fantagio needs. They need at least one stable group right now, because they're just they're awry. Exactly, and like, I think Ong is popular and could do a solo career, but would his sales, like, if they combined his sales with the Astro sales, which are doing really well, their latest album sold their best yet.
Okay.
And they got their first win. It was on the show, so it's a
it's like a participation
it's a half
trophy.
Win.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey,
but it's still like, they sold over 50,000 copies with their last album, so they're doing really well, and I think adding Ong to that would just help them.
They break 100,000 like easily, like on a regular basis. But and also, I mean, we've seen with N-Flying obviously added Hwesong and nothing bad happened. If anything, it brought more attention to N-Flying as a group because they added Hwesong to it. It brought a lot of Produce 101 fans attention. It brought their attention to the group, so that could potentially happen too.
I mean, adding to a pre-established group is a lot better than making a new group, I think, when it comes to this type of stuff.
Will Fantagio do it, though? I don't know. I mean, maybe we're the crazy ones here. Like, let us know if you actually think this is a good idea in the comments. But I mean, it'd be an awesome idea. Like, this is like a fan theory, or like fan dream sort of thing. Just to see him get we'd have way more incentive to review everything Astro, as if we already didn't. Yeah. And I mean, Astro's a group that actually tours the U.S. constantly, and for me, like, the thought of me seeing Ong like on a yearly basis would just blow my mind. Granted, I mean, we did see him at KCON or whatever, but I mean, just for 3 songs. So Ong is probably going to be the one I'm paying attention to the most, just because if they do put him in Astro, I want to follow his career definitely. Next, we have the chick trainee from Cube, Lai Guanlin. So far, all we know is he's cast in a Chinese drama as the lead actor, or one of the leads. It's a drama called A Little Thing Called First Love. He opened a Weibo account. He opened an IG, Instagram account.
He gone.
No.
He's getting that China money. He ain't coming back.
So the rumors I'm hearing is that Cube is starting a boy group, and I mean, again, it makes sense because Yu Sun Ho, the other chick trainee that was also on Produce 101, because he's been doing solo stuff and he's been in dramas or whatever. But I think they're going to make a boy group. They're going to make the male G idol, if that makes any, if that's maybe a bit too bold of a prediction. But I would not be surprising if they sort of go along the same veins as that when it comes to like incorporating Guanlin and Sunho into a group. I don't know if they're going to have any more members other than those two, but I mean, that's the rumor I'm hearing right now, is that they're going to debut the group later in the year.
And then in a year, Guanlin will leave and go get that China money, because he's not even the Chinese.
But he's from Taiwan. He's not even from China.
Is he? Okay.
I mean, granted, he obviously knows Mandarin or whatever, but so he's. Yeah. I think the Chinese contingent of 101 definitely was invested because Guanlin was a member of the group. So, I mean, I hope he doesn't, because I mean, I just to see the growth that he had from the very beginning to like actually seeing him perform with 101 and everything was awesome. So I just hope Cube doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah, it's just always. When they start doing Chinese dramas, that's always like the breaking point. I feel like flag. Like Victoria never came back after that. Like it just seems like anytime an idol starts doing the Chinese dramas, they're just like, oh, I'm making like 10 times as much here as I did in Korea. Why would I ever leave?
But I mean, maybe I think he still wants to debut though. I mean, that's my thought at least. He probably still wants to debut on it.
I'm mostly joking, but.
That's the thing. He's getting the China drama out of the way before he debuts, and not after. Because if he's or during his debut, because if it was during, he gone. He was gone immediately. But I think it'd be it'd be a mistake for Cube not to take advantage of how popular he was and just put him in the group. That's the thing though. Is it just Guanlin and Sunho, or do they add other members to it?
Yeah.
I mean,
at least it's not going back to the China stuff again though. At least it's not like Uju Sonyo where he's at least under Cube.
Yeah, he's under
He's
Cube.
not under a Chinese company partnered. So it's not going to be
it's
where
not like Weha,
Miki,
yeah, it's
them.
It's not a mess, but yeah, that's the one question, because I mean, it's only two of them, so debuting them as a duo would kind of be, I don't know, that doesn't seem like it's not Cube's MO. But the thing is though, would they want to debut another boy group and sort of take maybe they need a damage control boy group, considering like Pentagon's kind of on fire after
but I feel like it's too soon because G-Idol's they're doing so well and they just debuted. Like debuting a boy group this quickly is gonna take away from that,
I guess.
I feel like you're taking away resources and mind share from G-Idol, and they're doing so well that like, do you want to possibly ruin that?
But I mean, again, you have to consider the fact that like they have the potential to, like, I don't know if Guanlin could outdo G-Idol at this point, but like, or Guanlin and Sunho, but I mean, they're gonna have a huge fan base just because they had a lot. Like Guanlin's super popular, so like all of the 101 members are really popular. So I think, maybe keeping them as a duo would be a good idea, so that it's not, you're not stepping on Pentagon's toes, and you don't really have to sort of promote them the same way as G-Idol.
Yeah.
So again, that's I mean, I'm not as much as we want to be like, oh, I want to take over Cube because they have no idea what they're doing. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do in this situation, honestly, because it's tough timing. I mean, maybe wait till 2020 to debut them, but maybe that's waiting a bit too long. You don't want to lose the hype of
the 101 mind share.
Yeah, you don't want to lose the mind share because everyone's gonna have their stuff out by then. So to wait, but I mean, that didn't really hurt. Soyeon. I mean, it took Soyeon forever to debut. I mean, she did solo stuff obviously in 2017, but in 2018 is when G-Idol Idol debuted.
The real testament is we'll see if it hurt Somi or not.
Yeah, we'll see.
She still hasn't debuted.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, who knows?
I mean, she's been in several project groups since, but
yeah, who knows?
We'll find out in a couple months
if
Black Label actually
does
put something out.
Next, possibly one of the most exciting ones that we're going to be looking forward to is Hwang Min-yeon is finally back in New West. Holy shit! Yep. They're going to be a 5-member. They can actually look each other.
Not USW anymore.
They stopped waiting for Min-yeon because he's back. It's going to be the first time that they're going to release music as a 5-member full group in almost 2 years. Because it's just been that long. So, I mean, that's all the news that we have right now. I don't know if they have a comeback slated anytime soon, but they definitely have something coming this year, which makes me excited just because we've been pretty high on New SW as of late. So
yeah, but still, where's Pristine? Come on, Pledis, what the hell are you doing? It's almost 2 years since their debut, and they put out 2 songs in their debut year. What happened to them?
I don't know. They don't know, but I mean,
they're gone.
That's probably not a hot take. We probably get a newest debut before Pristine gets a comeback. Or
100%.
Yeah, we're probably getting newest
comeback before Pristine, easy.
Oh my god! But I mean,
I honestly think Pristine's done.
Yeah,
this wasn't supposed to be a IOI podcast, but Pristine's gone, and it sucks because they were the best.
Rip. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Min-yeon just because I've sort of definitely grew to appreciate New SW just as a 4-member group, particularly like Dongho or Baekho as his stage name is. But
I'm in the same boat. I mean, I've been following K-pop for so long, and they were always a group I heard about and like didn't really know much about. But the stuff they put out as New SW has been really good. So I'm excited to see what they're like as a 5-member group again.
I hope they continue with the sort of like electronic
same
style and sort of just add, because pretty much all they could do is you're just adding Minhyun as another vocalist to that, and it just, you don't have to rely on Dongho just carrying all the choruses and the vocals and the high notes. At least you can sort of like share the load with Minhyun as well. So that's it's only going to make the group better again, and they've already been like blowing away our expectations as it is. So I'm really excited. I know Jade's obviously excited for New West to be a 5-member group again, but yeah, that's definitely something we'll end up covering on DaebakCast in the future.
Yep.
Next we have Ha Sung-woon. He was a member of Hotshot prior to Produce 101, but as of now, he's going to be doing solo activities. He's going to debut later this month. Just because I'm not entirely sure if he's leaving Hotshot or not, but right now, like, everyone in Hotshot's kind of busy because Sungwoon just came back from 101. Taehyun just came back from being in JBJ, and Hojung is currently in UNB. So they can't really promote them as a group right now. So I guess that's just they're doing Sungwoon's solo stuff to just buy the time until Hotshot can come back together. Is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think he would leave the group, especially because, like you said, 2 of the members were in other popular
JBJ
project groups
UNB,
that they're gonna have a good following once all of them are free.
Hotshot is gonna blow the hell up. It's gonna be crazy once he comes back. So and also he did a pre-debut release called "Don't Forget" which featured Jihoon. So just again, it's cool to see like the members featuring on each other's solo songs, because like, we're not really getting that much. We never really got that with IOI ever, outside of like Wooji Mickey.
And we got Chungha was on Daya track, and there was a couple like Daya Chungha related collaborations,
but it seems like it seems like it's going to be more of a common occurrence when it comes to the one.
Oh yeah,
members.
definitely.
Just because again, they're solo artists.
It was very rare.
They're solo artists, so it makes a lot more sense to have a feature as opposed to like a group where they don't need.
Yeah, having Chungha feature in a 9-member group song is just
kind of redundant.
It's weird.
There's barely enough vocalists.
He's not doing anything.
Lines.
Yeah. Well, that's why the songs she did with Dio was just a few of the members.
Yeah.
It was just like Heehyun and like 1 or 2 other members.
Yeah. So
actually, it might have been a Heehyun solo featuring Chungha.
Yeah. So yeah, it makes more sense as for the solo artists to collaborate with each other. So I'm. Who knows if it's later this year or like in 2020 when Hotshot comes back, but that's gonna be super hype. They need to play that correctly because again, there's a lot of potential, at least in the newfound popularity of that group. And closing it out, we have Bae Jin Young. So he's another one that I really don't know what's gonna happen with him. He lost a fan cafe, but literally all he said is just that he's just gonna work on his debut and that sort of stuff. But I really don't know what that debut is, because he's under C9 Entertainment, and all C9 Entertainment has in terms of groups is Good Day. Like he featured in the la 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 like that was in like 2017 too, and they haven't done shit since.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, so
they posted like V Live or something recently, and like one of the members did a cover. They might come back, hopefully, please.
No, they're dead. I don't know. No. I mean, in terms of soloists, they're doing fine. They have Yoonha, they have Cheetah, and they have Juniel. So he might just end up being a soloist, but I don't know. Maybe.
Was he good enough to be a soloist?
That's the thing. I mean, personally, like in 101, I thought he was good, but I mean, in Produce 101, I didn't think he was good enough to even make the group. Sorry. Yeah, that's the thing. Making him a soloist, I don't know necessarily. It's definitely like sort of a up in the air sort of thing. They're probably gonna make him a soloist just because he's really popular, or maybe they'll just let him because he's a pretty popular visual. So he might just do a lot of acting until they figure out what they're gonna do in terms of a group. But it'd be nice. I think it'd benefit him to be in a group. Personally, just on my thoughts. I mean, again, they don't really have any other boy groups, so be a good idea. I think that's a sort of situation where I think it'd be a good idea to just, even if it's members that aren't really popular, or maybe they could C9 submits members to Produce X 101, and depending on whether they make it to the final group or not, they'll just do something like that. That's definitely another option. So
well, no, Produce X is like idol school.
Oh,
it's not.
It's non-labels.
It's non-labels because they want a 7-year.
Oh, because
like,
group.
It's like this is a permanent group, like from us.
Oh,
shit! That was the whole point of Produce X. So yeah, that won't happen.
Other than that, then I really don't know. That maybe they could.
Add him to Good Day. Add him to Good Day.
Hey,
and
he was already in the music video.
Back.
He was already in the music video for Rolly. So I mean, why not? So that ends our discussion on their post-disbandment and future plans. Let us know in the comments what you think the 101 members will do, or which post-101 project you're most excited for. I guess on my front, I'd probably be most excited for Brand New Boys and Ong Sung-woo personally. And again, I'm sure you're in the same camp as well with Ong. So
I'm most excited for Astro and Pristine.
No.
Please come back. Ong get added to Astro. Pristine, please exist again.
I think that'd be a huge K-pop moment. Just him getting added to Astro would just like take them over the top.
Oh yeah, it needs to happen.
Like, again, obviously no one from Fantagio is watching this, but holy, like, for the love of God, if you have that idea, if you just haven't even thought of that idea, just do it. Just like even have them collaborate and then see if it works and be like, fuck it, like we're adding him to Astro. Just I want to see how it works because I feel like he'd fit that group to the T. He fit it so well.
He fit. Yeah, that style is perfect for him.
Yep. So that'll do it for episode 8 of the ProduceCast. I don't know when we will be back next. Probably whenever IZ*ONE makes their Korean comeback. So that should be in a month or two. Probably. I haven't heard anything necessarily, or if there's anything significant happening with Produce X 101. But I don't think Produce X 101. I don't think that'll happen until maybe April or whatever. So it's probably going to be a while till the next podcast, in all honesty. But keep it tuned to the Truly Daebak channel if you want to follow our main podcast, the DaebakCast, where we'll cover the other members. We may cover some of the solo members from 101. We'll cover obviously IOI branches. That'll go on our main podcast as opposed to ProduceCast. As far as we have in the future. IZ*ONE comeback potentially, Produce X 101 whenever that starts up.
Maybe one day we'll do our Produce 101 season 1 recap episodes.
Mm-hmm. Potentially,
where I finally get you and Jacob to watch season 1.
You know what? I'll watch it on the plane. To Korea because that's like an 18-hour flight.
No, that's a horrible idea because you're gonna be bawling in public.
I don't care. I go watch movies alone. I bawl in public as it is. I was watching.
But on a plane, you're like right next to someone. It's awkward.
I don't care. Anyway,
granted, I'm pretty sure on my way back or my way to Korea, I watched a movie that made me cry. So.
Slight sort of thing. If you're paying anything attention to, or if you watched Produce 101 season 1 or Produce 48, one of the teachers, Bae-Yoon-jung, she's actually teaching a choreography class in New York City in March, and it's collaboration with the dance studio I take classes at called I Love Dance NYC. So maybe I'll take.
Andrew gets to go and be called horrible.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
The best teacher.
I'm excited. I want her.
It would be a dream of mine.
Oh god, she's gonna be like, you're terrible at dancing. I mean, I can't dance at all too, but I mean, I'm more interested in the Q&A maybe. So if you have any questions that you would possibly like me to ask Bae-Yoon-jung, definitely leave it in the comments or tweet at us at Truly Daebak. So that's just another sort of exciting sort of thing that'll happen that's related to Produce.
Ask her why she hasn't picked Sohei up for a company.
Oh, I should just to see what happened, just to see what the reaction would be. But I mean, she'd probably deflect it. But I mean, that'd be a funny answer just to see what she thinks of Sohei, even after all this time. So yeah, that'll do it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video. Helps out with our visibility and our metrics. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. If you found us through Reddit or some other means, just to keep up to date whenever we release more ProduceCast and Daebakcast. Please comment if you have anything helpful to say or just any sort of thoughtful comments or opinions on either 101 or Produce 48 or Eyes 1's release. So that being said, thank you very much for listening. Or IOI. Very important.
Never forget.
So that being said, thank you. Good night. And oyasumi nasai.
Throbbingly oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi nasai.
Nasai, okay.
Oyasumi nasai.
Is this their first one?
Yeah, they've never done. Everything else has been like
I don't know. I guess I shouldn't question it because I never got a full album.
Yeah, at least be happy they're getting a full album. Entitled 1 to the 11th power equals 1 (parentheses Power of Destiny). Nate, take it away.
Yep. I can see on Nate's face he's just salty that I couldn't get it.
100%. 100%.